The first story is an update about a man in his 60s dying of stage 4 pancreatic cancer that caught his wife cheating with his business partner. The part 16 is in the description below. Update 6: I discovered the affair when I came home early to tell her about my diagnosis. Random stuff. First, I am doing okay. I am still above ground and above room temperature. Every day on my feet is a blessing. My coughing is a bit worse. I am experiencing some discomfort. I notice I am getting winded a bit easier. Overall, though, a great week. Let's start with Jane. She has gone to ground. Her status in the community has crashed hard and swiftly. Once it was out, she was politely asked to resign from any of her leadership roles. Most of her circle has judged her harshly and has come right out and asked her if she chased their husbands. She has tried to reach out a few times. I have not responded. A couple was through proxies. I just asked the person to tell her I have said what I needed to say, and I know all I need to know. I really don't care if she needs closure. Why do I need to worry about her selfish need for that? She knows how I feel because I told her some of the details of the affair. They have been going on for at least 6 months. They took 3 trips together, one of which they played the newlyweds. Another was a couple celebrating a 20-year wedding anniversary, and the last that they met on vacation staying at the same hotel. I guess role-playing was a bit of their dynamic. She used my house because she was comfortable there, but also the house is set back from the road and passers-by cannot see the cars in the drive. She also bought herself a second car and stored it in town in a parking garage. She apparently swapped cars when she went to AP's house so no one would recognize her car. She was very concerned about how this would be viewed by anyone in her social circle, maybe so I would not catch her. Her actions alone show how much effort she went to for the affair with the AP. All of these efforts alone solidify in my mind how I am feeling and how I dealt with the affair. I have no regrets about what I have done. The drunken confession to Carol was only partly due to my unpredictability. Apparently, as soon as the notice of my sale of AP's loan to the trust was received, he started to distance himself from Jane. I guess from the pressure of almost getting caught and AP starting to not be as interested in her. She got drunk and let it all out to Carol. You know what happens after that. It is pretty clear to me that AP had alternative motives for his participation in the affair. This does not excuse Jane in one small bit. It just makes Jane more pathetic. It appears that AP wanted Jane's help on his loan with me and Jane wanted the flasher life with AP's money. It is interesting how ugly people attract each other. If all of us decent people just allow the despicable to pair up together, we can find better partners. Sorry to all of those out of a sense of devotion you work on reconciliation. It was not for me. AP is not happy about the intentions of my daughter. It appears he will be trying to stop it in court. All he has to lose is more money. I have heard rumors that he has tried to raise money from other investors to pay off this loan. But unfortunately for him, the news of his actions has already started to circle around my business acquaintances. Remember when I said you invest in persons, not companies? Well, there are not many who want to invest in him. I don't know what my daughter has planned for his company, but it employs quite a few people, so she will work hard to make sure it continues just for them. I think she is worried AP has something to hide in the company's books. For the employees, I hope it is not anything that cannot be corrected. Family time has been great. I went to a high school basketball game with the family this week. I also scheduled a poker night. That was great. I had some old friends, my son and my grandson at the game. The grandson got to see how old school men sat around telling tales and just enjoyed a night together. I hope to get a few more of these in. We have eaten as a family 3 times this week. Carol did come over one night and brought dinner. We ate and talked, but I kept her at arm's length. I am still not comfortable letting her in. Chores on the farm comfort me. I walk the fences, check on the animals, check on the employees, and help with equipment maintenance. Knowing that this farm will stay in the family and continue to run fills me with peace. A part of me lives beyond my time here. I have also had a number of friends and acquaintances stopping by. Someone mentioned a living wake, and I think this is what they meant. I am encouraging anyone to come out and see me. I like spending time with these folks, even if it might be the last time. Thank you for suggesting that. Thank you all for your support. It really does help. TLDR, I am still here and overall had a good week. Jane and AP are feeling the exposure of their actions. Reader comment: she bought herself a second car. How could she spend that much money and go undetected? That's some seriously clandestine stuff. There's no way she can claim it was just an impulsive fling. As for AP, I hope some forensic accounting will reveal his misdeeds. My money is on him mysteriously disappearing to avoid prosecution. Wishing you the best, Opus. Original poster. Remember, she has her own trust and she demanded at the beginning of our marriage that we keep our finances separate. But yes, she was very calculating. And these small details are also known by the gossip queens in her social group. Reader comment: you are quite possibly one of the strongest human beings I know about. So many times, while reading your updates, I have stopped and thought, oh, here is where I would have broken down, but you just kept up with your plan as difficult as it has been. You have my admiration. Hope you continue to be well. Original poster. Thanks, but my inner thoughts are much weaker than my actions. I have had to make a conscious choice to achieve my goals. I hope you are never tested as I have been. We all find strength in different ways. Your support means a lot to me. Reader comment. Thank you for the update. I'm sorry this deceit and betrayal are touching you and your family and friends in what should be the time of your life that you should get to be surrounded by only love, support, memories, and shared fondness of your life together, for and of the future you helped create for your generations to come. And it's sad that such a sack of SHT is still lurking to even have the audacity to pop her head up now and again. I think your children will be quite angry for some time to come, as this revelation will be tied in with what will eventually be the loss of someone of most importance in life to them. But I hope the pound of flesh they're getting now, and what personality traits they get from you, allow them, in the future, to give her what she deserves both mentally and physically. Nothing. Original poster. That is my exact hope. Thanks for your support. Story 2. Update. Wife cheated and left me 5 months ago. Small summary. Wife of 6YR cheated on me 5 months ago. Told me she wanted a divorce because she wasn't happy with me and basically left me to be with the AP. We are going to sign our divorce papers and make it official 4 days from today. This is going to be a long post. Well, I made some mistakes along the run and also made some moves that got me my power back and made me respect myself again. For starters, I can say that now, 5 months after the infidelity and the initial shock, I hardly even think about the cheating anymore or am affected by it. So, for anyone going through a rough time, please trust me, it does get better, and time really is on your side. So, after the cheating and our breakup, I made mistakes. I begged and pleaded, got mad, frustrated, and really felt totally out of control and as if she had lost her mind. This lasted for about 2 months, unfortunately. After this period, I made the decision to quit the whining. I told her I thought about everything a lot and came to the conclusion that I would still be open to seeing her and talking to her, that I thought there might still be a future for us. But I also told her I couldn't guarantee anything. I have not contacted her myself for the last 3 months, at least not about casual stuff or the relationship. The only things I reached out about were things regarding our upcoming divorce, financial, mutual house. I did not just sit around and wait during the last 3 months. I am now 32YR old and for the first time in my life I went to the gym to work out, muscle building to be exactly, as I have always been on the skinny side. I have been hitting the gym with full discipline. I train 4 times a week and have been doing so for the last 3 months. I am also seeing an increase in my muscle and aesthetics. But this goes further. Not only does the gym better my physical appearance, but it also helps mentally. At first, I started working out to keep myself busy and distracted. But now, 3 months in, I look better and I feel a lot better about myself. I am gaining a level of confidence I didn't even know I had. So pro tip of the day, when you're going through a rough time, the gym really does seem to work both physically and mentally. Regarding our mutual house, I spoke with the bank and I am able to lend extra money and take on a higher mortgage. I have to pay my ex-wife about $65K for the house, but I am able to, and I will do it. After signing everything and paying her, I will be 100% the owner of the mutual house, which is worth about $300K. I am not too happy about having to pay her $65K, but in the long run I am way better off by owning my own house, which is worth about 5 times that amount. On top of that, she has no own house anymore. She officially lives with her mom again, but I know she's also staying at a P's house a lot. I am not contacting her, so how do I know? I'll get to that. My ex and me have a mutual friend. We never hang out all together, but we do speak regularly. As far as I know, ex left me to be with AP and basically jumped straight into a new relationship. I'm not sure what's going on with my ex, and at times it does seem she actually has lost her mind. I try to keep my mind away from her, but sometimes the mind wanders where it shouldn't go. Also, at this moment I suppose I could call AP by the name BF because that's basically what he is now. However, I will stick to AP because that's how it started. Anyway, about AP and ex-wife. Karma is a BTCH and it's starting to hit hard. When X and AP first got together 5 months ago, all seemed fine for them. However, tables are beginning to turn. AP is currently at home struggling with a depression, which I know for a fact because the mutual friends showed me screenshots of a conversation between ex-wife and her. Also, the AP is currently out of a job. Even when everything first happened with the cheating and all, I always felt better than a P just because of his lack of morals, and I already had to believe he was worthless compared to me. Well, now I know for sure, which once again makes me feel like my ex-wife has lost her mind. I am not being arrogant, but I am absolutely sure that I am the catch and a way better man than her AP is. Little extra, at the start of their relationship, I was still contacting her and warned her. Well, guess I was right all along. Not only does he prove himself to be the loser I already kinda knew he was, he also brought something into her life that can devastate her. She is basically digging her own grave. AP introduced her to hard drugs. I know this through the mutual friend. Haven't talked to ex-wife about it. If she wants to ruin her own life, that's her business. But it seems to be going downhill fast. As for my ex-wife, I am certain she is struggling and possibly even doubting her own choices. I hadn't spoke to her or seen her during the holidays. However, about 1 week into the new year 2023, she out of the blue texted me if I was home and if she could come over. She came over to my house and the visit was short, really only about 5 minutes. She came by to tell me she spends Christmas Day alone, sobbing. She wanted to know how my holidays had been and she asked me how I was doing. I told her my Christmas was okay, but not the greatest. I lost my mom last year and these were the first holidays without mom, so of course it was just okay but not all that great. But I did tell her I was doing great, which I actually am. So, yay for me, this was weird. The only thing I can think about this whole visit and why would she care how I am doing is if she perhaps does have regrets. Time will tell. I also spoke to my ex's mom. Ex-mother-in-law called me after New Year's to wish me a happy new year and to wish me all the best. I must admit I did not expect that call, but it was nice to hear from her because she was family for the last 8 years. MIL told my ex-wife hasn't been all that great lately. Apparently, she is very sad and crying a lot, mourning the marriage. Ex even said to MIL, I wish it wouldn't have to be like this. And once again this implies to me that she is having second thoughts. However, only my ex has the power to reach out and make a move, which at this point I don't see happening anymore. The only power I really have is to give her the divorce she herself asked for and walk away and stay out of her life, which I did. I am removing myself from her life, giving her the divorce and bettering myself every single day. Apologies for the long post, but I believe this is about everything I needed to get off my chest. 4 days from now we are signing the divorce papers, and even though I am really doing great, of course I am still only human and from time to time still mourn our marriage and my ex-wife. I hate to see what has become of her, but I am also fully aware that it is out of my control and absolutely not my problem. Let me end this by once again thanking everyone in this community. Many thanks. Without your help I wouldn't have been where I am now, both mental and physical. Reader comment, I hope she won't come back, cause as a cheater she doesn't deserve you. This was the last sentence of my comment to your first post. Now the day came, and she and her mother try to see if there is a hope to rekindle your relationship. But she is not sincere. She doesn't fall in love with you again. She just regrets being wrong and not getting what she hoped for. Still selfish, nothing to do with you. If you look at it objectively, as you said, her AP is now her boyfriend and she's looking for a way to reconnect with you, with the help of her mom. Probably she didn't tell him about the visit, so she's still a cheater. Nothing has changed. I love to hear karma hit cheaters and they experience things that make them regret what they've done, and glad to hear things get for you better and worse for them. But I get the impression that you still care too much about them than they deserve. You don't need to compare yourself with that pause, unless you did it just to update us, of course. Don't get too involved with her. No contact is the best. I hope everything get much better for you. Reader comment, you don't know it yet, but your life will continue to go from strength to strength. I've seen the same trajectory with a few longtime friends. Focus on bettering you, and as soon as the divorce is finalized, block your ex on every communication method possible. Grow your body and mind and keep being a person of integrity and value. Congrats. Reader comment, Opus, no matter what happens, get those papers signed, sealed, and delivered. Pay her out the money and get off the house papers as soon as humanly possible. If you wait or hold off because you have a caring side, know that she can and will drag this out to get more cash. If she is into drugs and her AP is a bum, you are potentially a cash cow to her. You know as well as anyone that once she gets the cash, they will burn through it like they won the lottery. You will only be doing yourself a favor by putting as much distance between you and her as you can, and if you never see or hear from her again, I can